Oke, selamat datang kembali di Corpse Party, di mana kemarin kita baru aja berhasil ngebunuh orang, dan sekarang, ya, aku nggak tahu apa lagi. Ya, kita lanjut aja ceritanya. Ini udah mulai agak ngeganggu sanity, sanity aku sebenarnya. Tapi aku masih tetap ingin main karena penasaran. The place is dark because I always make sure to cut the light before I leave. I can't afford to leave any electric running. My rent will drop most of my salary as it is. I flick on the light and feel relief as the living room illuminated. My faithful couch and TV emerges from the shadow and immediately feel at home. After throwing my keys and bag onto the coffee table, I slump down on the couch. What a day. I have an overwhelming urge to pull out of my laptop and check my website for a new request. But my body needs come first. I'm desperate for a hot shower. I need to clean my face, scrap the paint out from the underneath my nails, and I definitely have to slip into the flash a set of underwear. Whatever happened in the bedroom today took a toll on my body and my clothes. While the night is young, I can relax later. For now, it's time to start scrubbing. Hmm. Oh, aku kira bakal dikasih lihat adegan mandi. Saya aku bilang, aku masih. The convenience store is little more crowded than usual. The mundane chatter business people, student and worker buzzed in the air like a swarm relatives and files. Through the drone of mindless conversation, I happen to catch a few interesting words here and there.
Have you seen that one website?
What do you mean by request a death?
My lips curl into half smile, half snarl.
Since he always cheats, I thought I might upload his photo.
And you think Corpse Girl really exists?
To hear so many talking about corpse or website is enough to make my nerve tingle. However, I know they are not talking about it because Akane Tsurumaki dead. As far as I can tell, her death wasn't reported to the news as a suspicious case. The only source of information I could look at was her obituary. And that didn't mention anything about foul play, so there's no way anyone could know that Corpse Girl was involved. People are talking about the website in the same way they always have. Like it's just an interesting topic of conversation, an icebreaker. One of those things you tell your friend to entertain them. And therein is my issue with the website as a topic of conversation. It's just an urban legend, a point of discussion that inevitably fizzle out and is forgotten. People talk about it. People visit the website out of curiosity, but a few people take action and request that. That's the part that annoys me. If people don't actively participate, how can I prove myself to the world? And how can you not feel guilty just because of that thing? Well, she's a psychopath. How can a corpse girl claim her victim is if there are no victims to be claimed? As long as the website is simply a talking point, a myth, an icebreaker, then corpse girl ambition will remain unfulfilled. To be fair, I haven't yet provided a compelling reason for people to take the website seriously. The death toll is mainly low. I need to ramp it up and step up my game for the corpse girl's sake. Until I manage to do that, people will continue to simply discuss the website in a hustle tone, like it's some taboo fantasy that shouldn't be spoken of. But with some more time and some more victims, soon, everyone will know to fear corpse girl. Thanks to constant drawn in a confidence star, I barely registered the quiet melody of ringtone. Eventually, my ears become keen enough to pick it out and answer my phone.
Hey, Good morning, Noriko. Is this a bad time?
No?
Not at all. I'm at the convenience store.
Yep.
Oh, good. I wanted to catch you before work.
No worries. I actually meant to call you yesterday, but the day got away from me.
That's okay. I wanted to ask if you spoke to Shinya yet?
I sure did. Guess what?
What?
You start work on Monday. You'll be doing data entry with me. We might even get to sit near each other.
Oh my gosh. Really? Are you telling the truth?
Of course. When have I ever lied to you?
Oh, Noriko. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dari semua orang, aku pengen nyelamatin dia aja.
Does this mean I can quit the maid cafe now?
Yep. Quit today if you can.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you.
Allie, are you crying?
I'm so happy.
Making us so overwhelming, happy, feel really good. I care so much for this girl. Her happiness is vital to me. Jangan-jangan aku sama kayak Nariko. Aduh, jiwaku jiwa psikopat. Nggak tahu kenapa ya. Ada beberapa hal yang aku ngelihat dari pandangannya Nariko yang dia bilang. Dia ngerasa bersalah pas awal, tapi akhirnya keterusan. Terus dan akhirnya itu kayak ngebuat dia itu tetap waras gitu. Dan aku juga takutnya main game-game yang gore psychological horror atau horror itu samanya gitu. Samanya aku jadi samanya kayak Noriko gitu. Jangan-jangan secara tidak langsung aku ini psikopat. Nggak. Aduh, jangan sampai. Aku nggak mau. Nauzubillah min zalik. Aduh, ya kita lanjut.
I owe you so much. And Shinya too. I know. I'll buy him a gift to give him on my first day. Do you think he'll like that?
Yeah, I'm sure he will. That's a great idea, Aoi.
What does he like?
I managed to spell the answer to without having to
Crime
read
novels.
twice.
Oh, really? Oh, his dad is a detective, right? Okay, I can get something like that. Right now, I'm going to march into the cafe and quit.
You tell him. Good luck, kid.
Waduh. Hah? Kok turun? Kemarin juga kayak gitu loh. Oke, kejadian kemarin terulang lagi. Jadi ada beberapa frame drop terus aku kayak apa ya namanya? Ke stop gitu. Jadi pas tadi aku lihat ternyata aku pakai NVIDIA VNEC. Gitu. Harusnya aku pakai yang quick sign soalnya NVIDIA VNEC itu untuk itu in game. Kalau misalnya untuk rendering harusnya pakai itu biar pakai yang quick sign gitu. Jadi biar itunya nggak bermasalah. Soalnya kalau aku streaming itu aku selalu pakai quick sign gitu, nggak pernah pakai VNEC karena kalau pakai VNEC pasti nge-lag gitu. Ya, begitulah. Semoga ya nggak kejadian kayak kemarin. Tadi aku lihat rekamannya itu terulang lagi, makanya aku itu. Jadi aku tiba-tiba berhenti lagi ngomong tiba-tiba berhenti gitu.
Okay, bye, Noriko.
Bye. Because and then I smile. I was so happy. I'm really glad that I could help her out. Kalau misalnya ini masih besok aku bakal pakai balik lagi pakai mirilis gitu. Jadi cuma untuk game-game RPG Maker aja sama streaming yang pakai OBS. Itu aja. See yourself to be happy. I really have time to select a can of coffee from the line of the refrigerator shelf before my phone ring again.
Huh? Aoi?
Sorry to call again, Noriko. I just, something was bugging me, so...
What's up?
Did I, this is going to sound stupid. Did I thank you for getting me the job?
Oh, yeah, you did. A few times, I think.
Turun, tapi nggak ada masalah. Setidaknya turun beberapa FPS tapi nggak ada masalah.
Okay.
Aku harap nggak ada masalah.
I to check. It was bothering me. And I didn't want to come off as ungrateful. So, you know what? Just to make sure. Thank you, Noriko. Okay, I'm going now, really. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Aoi.
Then Kai ended and my brow fierce. That was strange, but maybe not so strange for Aoi. I guess she really wanted to be polite. I shrugged it off and returned to selecting my coffee for the day. Padahal aku itunya 720 loh, dan ini visual novel gitu. Kenapa visual novel nge-lag? The visual atmosphere is unusual somewhere when I exit the elevator. There are fewer people around than normal. Some executive I rarely see on this level are hovering around in one of the glass screen cubicles to one side of the floor. I spy Shina standing at his desk, talking quietly on the phone. He's nodding and bowing a lot, despite the fact the whoever is on the other end of the call can see him. I want to ask somebody what's going on, but nobody seems to notice me arriving. I shuffle my way to my desk and sit down. I spend some time looking over a spreadsheet of today's tasks. After going through it strictly, Shinya arrived in front of me at my desk, seemingly out of breath.
Noriko, has anyone filled you in yet?
No, what's going on? Why is half the office empty?
Well, you see, somebody within the company died yesterday.
Oh? Somebody we know?
Shinya shook his head slowly, expression gravely serious.
Nobody you would have interacted with. She was an exec, up on the 21st floor. Apparently, she never showed up yesterday, but her coworkers just assumed she was taking a personal day. People started getting the news in the afternoon. She was involved in some sort of accident, and now she's...
Dead?
Shinya glaring at me, his narrow pupil seemingly accusing me of being tactless.
Yes. Dead.
So, I mean, I get it's a tragedy and all, but how does this explain where everyone is today?
You should have received an email sent out by HR this morning. Basically, everyone is being offered professional grief counseling.
Seriously?
I think some people are taking up the offer, but I suspect some other employees are using the opportunity to skip out on work. Regardless, what happened to Miss Tsurumaki was a tragedy. So unexpected.
It's quite surprising, Shinya. I killed her. I killed her. Yesterday. I blink a few times, getting ready to turn back to my computer. Miss Tsurumaki?
Wait, what was her name?
Huh? Ms. Tsurumaki. It should be in the email. She had a young daughter and everything. It's really sad.
Akane Tsurumaki. Though I've never met her before, her face appeared in my mind with a startling clarity. Self-abdication, an accident. I can scarcely believe it. It's true that this is a massive company with a dozen of employees Japan-wide, but still, for her to work in the very same building as me, it's the coincidental. It doesn't feel right. Would I have gone through with the killing her if I knew she worked in my building? This scenario creates more question than answer. The person that requests her death, do they also work here? It would have to be somebody who knows her well enough to want her dead. Odds are high that they are work here as well.
You okay?
I realized that I've been spacing out and I turned back to Shinya. Oh bentar, ada yang mau aku lakuin.
Yeah, sorry, just thinking is all.
Well, grief affects us all in different ways. I think. The details for the counseling sessions are in the email. Be sure to take up the company's offer if you think it'll help. As for me, I think I'll be okay. Some quiet reflection on the matter should help clear my head.
Sure, okay.
Plus, I have a date with Tomoe to look forward to. It's important to look ahead in times like these, isn't it? I think I read that somewhere.
Ugh, yeah, that's what they say.
Very well then. Do your best today, okay?
Right.
She takes his leave and I let my shoulder slump. I get someone from my office building, but I didn't know that at the time. Could my involvement be traced? No, I was careful to cover my tracks. I deleted the photo from my computer, discarded the burner phone SIM card, and trashed the phone itself. There's no way anyone will find out I was involved. Besides, I don't even know if authorities are treating the case as a murder. As far as general information goes, it would seem like it's truly being treated as an accident. I'm in clear. I know I am. However, I sure would like uncover the identity of the person who requested to make that. The thought that it could be someone I work with make me way too curious. Siapa? Despite work being invented this morning, the rest of the day passed quietly. Everyone told me keep her distant from me. I wonder if I scared her off when I questioned mentioned reporting her to the police. Not that I actually would report her. That would let her to the police getting mixed up in my life, and I cannot really have that considering my moon-like occupation. Especially now that I know I have a connection to Surumaki. I brush my hair in front of the mirror in my bedroom. I remove my makeup and reveal the ever so faint bruise on my cheek. The fading token of my fight with Tomoe. Since tonight it's rather cold, I decided to snuggle up under the cover in bed with my laptop. I crawl into my bed and pull the plus blanket over myself. The warmth and softness is immediately comforting, and I have to fight the urge not to fall asleep here and now. To keep myself awake, I can check the requests on my website. I'm pleasantly surprised to find there are 2 new requests. My heart began to rest, and I quick opened the message. The first message read, "Today, victim pawn image detected not found. No image. What? I thought I could read the website to reject requests unless an image is detected. This is really irritating. I got my hope up for nothing. I take my second to remember that there's another request waiting. My optimism renewed. I heard click into my unread message. Request detail. Victim pawn. Downloading my IMX attachment. Yes, this request has been submitted correctly. The image is loading before my eyes. The new victim is male, early 20s. His feet are athletic looking. His clothing is casual, so it's impossible to infer what kind of work he does. The photo of him is pretty simple. I don't know if he uses for his nice profile or if it's an ID photo of some sort. Either way, he looks like a happy person. I'm not so naive to pretend I can guess at the reason this guy is wanted dead. Perhaps an ex has submitted his detail after the bad breakup, or a jealous sibling want him out of the picture. People motivation are purely selfish. Requesting the death of somebody is guaranteed to be motivation by self-interest. Ya, benar sih. Kebanyakan orang itu pingin orang lain mati itu karena ya ibaratnya dia ngerasa iri sih, sebenarnya iri. Karena iri, biasanya karena iri dia nggak punya sementara orang lain punya, dia merasa susah sementara orang lain enggak gitu. Dan dia pengen orang itu mati biar kita sama-sama ngerasa susah gitu. Ya selfish itu benar-benar apa ya? Ya begitulah. Aku nggak mau ngebahas lebih lanjut, itu bakal melebar kemana aja. Bahaya. Did somebody want revenge on her, or did someone simply find her so dull that the thought of removing her the planet has seemed appealing? I interrupt my own talk and return to the task at hand. Dwelling on the past victim won't do me any good if I want to continue my streak of success. This new guy is attractive. It's almost a shame to have a cough or him up. Well, we'll get what coming out to us. No sense in trying to avoid scaring a pretty face. But it's superficial anyway. I know that as well as anyone. No one deserves to spare just because they are good looking. Beautiful people should suffer as much as anyone else. Beautiful people to suffer as much as anyone else. Take Aoi for example. She is gorgeous, absolutely stunning, and definitely my type, but she suffered endlessly at the hand of cruel stalker and patron. Everyone suffered, beautiful or not. We'll cope the crowd we're dealt. Ya itu yang disebut ujian. Semua orang itu selalu dapat ujian. Orang ganteng dapat ujiannya. Orang kaya pun juga dapat ujiannya. Dan kita juga sebagai orang normal juga kita dapat ujiannya. Kayak ya ibaratnya contohnya nggak usah jauh-jauh lah. Kalau misalnya aku streaming, kadang-kadang ada aja gitu kan masalahnya gitu. Itu salah satu ujian sih kata aku. Makanya ya kadang-kadang kalau misalnya dapat masalah kayak gitu aku suka ketawa karena ini tuh ujian yang aku dapetin untuk jadi streamer. Ini tuh ujian yang aku dapetin untuk jadi YouTuber gitu. Nggak analisis viewer, nggak analisis hari apa, jam berapa, kebanyakan orang itu online, nah dia bisa santai nonton dan sebagainya. Ya, kira-kira kayak gitu. Kita semua punya ujian dan semua ujian itu harus dilewati, bukan dihindari. Itu. Dilewati, bukan dihindari. Oke. Kalau misalnya udah beberapa kali dicoba dan masa itu tetap datang aja, baru dihindari sih. Kayak aku jangan itu persona, sorry. Soalnya kalau masih melibatin aku aja nggak apa-apa, tapi ini juga melibatkan orang lain. Aku takut nama orang lain itu tercoreng karena ya aku tahu sekali aku post di internet itu nggak bakal bisa dihapus, jejaknya masih ada karena semua itu ada jejaknya di internet. Walaupun kita udah hapus sedemikian rupa, tetap aja ada di internet jejaknya. Itu nggak bakal hilang. So waifu suffer a beautiful corpse, this guy or Aoi, or even a Tomoya on a good day. Beautiful people die the same way as the average person. The guy on my computer screen probably doesn't really deserve to die. I'm sure there are some pettier reason his death has been requested, but I take all requests seriously. I won't turn a single one down. Cult girl confidential will pave the way to her fame. With a smirk and lick off my lips, I get to work. I've got a nice clear photo here, so I can go all out on the request. Jadi kalau mau pakai foto profil, pakai foto profilnya itu yang yang kualitas gambarnya burik, biar nggak ada kejadian kayak gini. Ada yang kayak gitu, aneh-aneh aja. I had the DD, the database of the desert, and spent some time selecting a suitable best image. I hesitated between choosing an image of a corpse with a knife in its throat, or a body soaking in the blood bathtub with its weird slit. Either image would do just fine, but I really want something special for this latest victim. After all, I have to top my last success, right? Another 5 or 10 minutes passed until I got at coming across the perfect photo. Thanks to my clear use of tag and a filter on the DD, this image matched my victim description perfectly. 20 or 30 years old, athletic build, male. The corpse legs are several below the knees, bloody stomach, leg, their vital fluid from on high. The body is hanging from a set of power line, some suburban street. It's perfect. beautiful event. It will help me create a beautiful death for a beautiful person. I can to question the story behind this photo. I wonder if the police ever investigate and discover what happened to this sucker. Well, regardless, this will serve my purpose. I download the highest resolution copy available and save it to my hard drive. My finger trace along the computer trackpad with the practice movement, clicking, tapping, dragging at random intervals. Then I carry on. My walk track at the train station the morning is confident, cocky, self-assured. When I board the train, I even managed to take a seat home for the first time in a while. I withdraw a warm book from my handbag and flip open the cover. There's a name scrawled in blue ballpoint pen on the first page, but it has become fat and illegible over time. I don't quite remember when I picked up this book. Maybe I discovered it at the secondary bookshop. Who knows? I own so many obscure terms that I can be expected to recall purchasing every single one. Its edge, cover, and whether it's been both bear the same title. First, photography. A comprehensive history of photo manipulation. Wow. Aku ya itu kayak buku tutorial tentang Photoshop sih. Seumur-umur aku belum pernah baca tentang buku tutorial Photoshop kayak gitu. Kayaknya kapan-kapan aku harus baca karena suatu saat nanti aku harus ngegunain Photoshop. Sekarang mungkin aku nggak pernah ngegunain Photoshop. Jadi setiap kali aku ituin thumbnail itu aku nyari thumbnail atau nge-print screen sendiri dari gamenya, terus aku masukin say, terus ya tinggal bla 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 bla. Udah ada template-nya, intinya udah ada template-nya, tinggal aku tempelin gambar itu, tinggal aku kasih judul, walah selesai gitu. Itu yang sekarang aku lakuin. Tapi kedepannya mungkin aku harus ngegunain Photoshop atau nyewa orang lain untuk menggunakan Photoshop gitu. Ya lumayan lah, aku pingin jujur ya, aku cita-citanya pingin kayak kartun. Kalau kalian tahu YouTuber namanya Cartoons yang gambarnya devil, matanya sebelahnya hilang, ya tanda X gitu, yang warna merah itu. Dia itu punya yang suka ngebuat cover itu namanya Jihi. Dan aku suka artnya, setiap covernya itu keren banget kataku, dan aku pengen suatu saat kayak gitu. Jadi ada orang yang ngebuat art dari gameplay aku, dan apa yang nanti covernya itu sesuai dengan apa yang aku inginin gitu. Jadi nanti bakal digambarin cerita dari inti dari judulnya gitu. Jadi related sama judulnya gitu. Itu sih. Itu cita-cita, berharap aku bisa ngegapai cita-cita itu. Lanjut. But I like the scheme. I took it primarily for photograph content within. The example of early image doctrine from century ago fascinating me. The book even features technique and studio illustration as 1993, when it was first published. It was true that a lot of the technique discussed within are no longer relevant in today's digital age. However, there's a hardly section dedicated to the art of manipulating corpse photo, something that I'm indeed very, very interested in. The most intriguing aspect of this section content the feature artists perform the opposite kind of work that I do. Instead of manipulating images of the living to make them appear dead, the artist in the book edit images of the dead in order to make them look like alive once more. And began eras when photographs of people when taken a few and far between. A sect of artists dedicated themselves to honoring the memories of the deceased. They did this by making the photo taken upon the dead look beautiful and full of life. These photos were gifted to family members and loved ones. The tradition makes sense. Imagine if you lost someone dear to you and you had no photograph of them. Oh, jadi berarti secara tidak langsung Corpse Factory itu, Corpse Girl itu terinspirasi dari sini sih, gitu. Cuman kebalikannya gitu, kebalikannya dari ini. What a wonderful to receive one last memento, a beautiful image of the way you remember them. Instead of using makeup to beautify a corpse, this artist applied a paintbrush and pen directly to the photograph to seemingly bring the disease back to life. The impression aspect of this process is the way they illustrated the corpse's eye to look full of life. Even though it's far cry from the work I do, I can't help but feel some sort of kinship with the artist's discussion in this book. Surely we are cut out from the same cloth. Browsing through the emails in this book inspired me to work hard at my own photo editing. Many of the pictures are in black and white, but to me, that only drive home how impressive this old technique were. I finished flipping through a chapter and clock the book I hold to the title thumb close to my chest and breath of a psych certification.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
I quickly stuff the book in my handbag and get ready to disembark on the train. When I'm certain nobody is looking, I carefully open the lid of the large dumpster in front of me. The stench of rotten food and who knows what else assault my sense. And I reflexive again and splutter. The staff at convenience store really need to seal their trash in plastic bag before tossing it in here.
Ugh, this is disgusting. I have to stop doing this.
Yeah, you have. The rest open lid I lock into my place and 45-degree angle, allowing my now free hand to retrieve a small black object from my handbag. It's flip-flop, a sheet of plastic thing with the shiny charcoal finish. Bentar, aku heran, dia kesulitan sama bayar apartemen, sementara dia ngebeli HP. Bukankah HP lebih mahal daripada bayar apartemen? Well, I don't know. Confident that I completed that, I'll send message and photo. Nothing to myself, stated that I covered my track. I eject the battery from the back and casing toss it to the dumpster. I then snap the photo and in half along the hinge, separating the screen from the keypad. The screen crunched into pieces with the graffiti underneath my shoes. I retrieved the smashed part from the asphalt carefully and not out to pick my finger in sharp glass. With hardly a glance, I unceremoniously lost the broken part of the pot into the dumpster. I clapped my hand together to the dust from them off, then shut the dumpster lid and hurried away. I started between the brick wall of the convenience store and a narrow metal railing intended to keep people like me away from the dumpster. Now in front of the convenience store, I feel I can breathe deeply without the fear of inhaling the toxic content of the dumpster. I let my lungs take their fill before nonchalantly crossing the street. That takes care of my latest burner bond before leaving the office building. I cracked the SIM card in half and disposed of it in the combusted trash. Now, with the bond itself destroyed and discarded at the different location, my mind is at ease. It has been cycling less than 24 hours since I messaged my latest victim, the athletic guy that I might have briefly fantasized about during my restless slumber. My general rule of thumb is to keep burner phone off for exactly 24 hours after sending a photo. However, I made an exception today. I wanted to discard the phone early, clear my anxiety, and get full of night rest tonight. Oke, jadi secara tidak langsung dia tuh masih ada rasa bersalah kataku. Iya, dia masih ada rasa bersalah gitu. Jadi antara dia masih kebingungan lah antara dia mau jadi orang baik atau mau jadi orang jahat, itu masih kebingungan. Ya, entahlah. Mungkin ya ini salah satu cara untuk ngejaga sanity dia gitu. Entah apa yang dia lalui selama hidup ini gitu. Sampai dia pingin ngebunuh orang lain, bukan ngebunuh orang lain. Pengen ya mempermainkan nyawa orang lain dan pingin ngebuat corpse girl itu kayak ditakutin sama banyak orang. Itu aku juga nggak tahu kenapa. Mungkin karena dulu dia dibully kali ya. Entahlah. Besides, it's not like anyone ever replied to the message I sent. I love it if they did, but hey, that's what it is. So really, there's no point holding on to the evidence of my wrongdoing for no longer than necessary. If memory serves, I worked out tomorrow that on the latest victim timestamp, my 30/10/31. The victim might decide to kill himself today. Of course, he called and up just like Akane Surumaki, but if he's anything like her, he hold out until just a few hours before this next time. He'll let panic and fear boil and build inside him until he just can't take it anymore. Or someone else will come along and end it all for him. I can be sure. I said that now, what happened to Ruri Hatano? Did she kill herself? Or did someone else snuff out her life? Either way, I'll start researching obituary tomorrow. I'm confident that this will be another success request, if it's truly be on the winning streak. With a butterfly in my stomach, I cross the road. On my road home, I also took the small park close to my apartment, provided the weather is decent. I avoid the park in the morning, as a lot of people walk their dog, and I can risk my allergic flaring up before I reach the office. In the evening, the park is much emptier. I suppose I finished work a bit earlier than most people, so while everyone else is busy, I can enjoy the fresh air and scenery. I make my way along the net, brought the deer path, and connect on side of the park to the other. Wooden bench line the path at regular interval. And at this time of the evening, it's common to see a homeless person or two using beds as a resting place. Bentar. Sorry, ada yang nyangkut. Kayak tadi bulu hidungnya keluar. Oh sorry. Sorry. And this time, blah 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 blah. The city has more homeless people than the general population would care to admit. I try not to think much of it as I walk every day. I already know that many people have it worse off than I do, but there's not exactly anything I can do help, right? Shall I be giving these people money that I can afford to spare? Well, then I just end up homeless as well. I'm not exactly broke, but I live month to month on my salary. It's expensive to live on the outskirts of Akihabara, and commuting to Shinjuku every day isn't exactly cheaper either. Then you add in electric bill, pawn, food. I mean, I don't eat unless I have to, but I starve if I didn't buy a meal every other day. Aku baru tahu loh. Mereka ngerasa bahwa dengan gaji mereka aja mereka nggak bisa menuhin kebutuhan mereka dan semuanya pas-pasan gitu. Kalau aku sih bilang aku masih bisa bersyukur soalnya aku masih bisa beli lebih dari apa yang aku punya sekarang gitu. Walaupun tentu aja my great say I need more and I want more. And don't even get me started on the cost of the coffee that I drink. If I'm lucky, I can score a can of 100 yen, but more often than not I'm paying up the 150 for a single can. Even if I were to buy a can of coffee in bulk from one of those hook variety stores like Don Coyote, I still only save a handful of loose change. And I wouldn't have access to familiar selection I get at the convenience store. Gatal banget. I'm just thankful that I don't go out for drink after work like most of my college. If I had to buy a few rounds of beer every week, my bank account will definitely dry up. By avoiding that kind of group outing, not only do I save money, but I'm also not forced to spend more time around people. It's a win-win situation. Aku kayak ngerasa kalau misalnya kerja di Jepang tuh kayak kerjanya tuh nggak berhenti gitu. Aku ngerasa kayak gitu. Soalnya banyak anime, banyak drama Jepang dan banyak film lah ibaratnya film yang nyeritain soal Jepang tuh kalau masalah kerja tuh hardcore banget tapi perusahaannya selalu ngasih sesuatu yang terbaik gitu. Itu sih yang aku lihat. Ya mungkin itu cara untuk ngebalancingnya. Jadi kalau misalnya sesuatu yang besar pasti butuh usaha yang besar gitu. Sorry ya, aku pegal. Sebelumnya aku nge-recording dan ini masih di hari yang sama kayak aku nge-recording Opus. As I'm treading along the path at the snail pass, I tell myself to speed up my gait. Toward the exit of the park, the silhouette of two people on the bench come into view. The sound of laughter carries over wind, and I can't help but feel like I heard the voice before. And I draw closer, a sinking sensation clutches at my stomach. I may not get to turn around, but I'm so close to home.
Aha! It's Noriko! Fancy seeing her here.
Why I have to meet her in this type? Tamai.
Noriko's here.
Tamai and Senior. Tamai Clara flipped her long hair behind her ear with a shit-eating grin on her face. She looked kind of out of place outside of the office. His face is flittering by a especially uncomfortable expression. I start to wonder why these two are here, but then I recall that Tamai did mention they were going on that on the Friday night. I suppose it's just a bad luck that I won't run into them on the way home. Though, what are they doing here in Akihabara? I have to assume that Tamai came here on purpose just to spit off me.
On your way home?
Uh-huh. How's your, date?
We're having a blast. Right, Shin?
Yes, of course. A great time.
I wonder if Tamai has been a bit dragging Shinya along against his will.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it.
Hey, we're gonna grab some chicken. Why don't you come with us?
Nah,
No thanks.
I can't think of any worse way to spend an evening dating with Tamai.
Please come with us, Noriko.
Shinya has the dejected look on his face. It's pitiful, but he brought this dad on himself. Why shall I have to bail him out?
Sorry, I've got things to do tonight.
Are you sure you're not just avoiding eating? Afraid to gain a bit of fat?
I also don't know what to say to that.
Say, Shin, you ever seen Noriko eat anything?
Well, now that you mention it, she never seems to eat at the office.
I eat at home, if that's okay with you.
It's not completely a lie. Sometimes I eat at home, sometimes I don't eat at all. Gila, kuat banget nih anak.
Come on, come get some chicken with us. You can throw it back up or whatever afterwards if it makes you feel better.
She's starting to get on my nerve. I swear she tried to identify my flaws and insecurity just as so she can rub them in my face.
Tomoe, you're not being very nice to Noriko. Aren't you two supposed to be friends?
We're besties. Besties talk shit to each other, right, Noriko?
No!
Right.
Huh. Fascinating.
Anyway, I'm going now. See you on Monday.
Okay. See.
Buzzkill. She's such a drag.
I let my words hang on the air as I walk past her. I'm pretty annoyed that she dragged Cynthia all the way here just to taunt me. Is this her idea on the good death? Does she care about Cynthia at all, or is she the whole thing just to annoy me? Tell me that Cynthia doesn't even get under my skin. I don't have a feeling for him at all. What does go on my nerve is simply the fact that Tomoe is trying so hard to get my nerves. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if I called Carrie on my way home without on one final interruption. Tomoe called out to me again.
Your friend Aoi is gonna start work with us on Monday, yeah? How fun! I can't wait to meet a friend of Noriko's.
I can imagine. I suppose Cynthia told her about that. I turned back to fast damn bot.
Don't even think about messing with Aoi. That girl has dealt with enough crap at her last job.
Gila. Gendernya keluar.
Oh, has she? Maybe big strong Noriko can protect her now.
I'd do anything for her. She's my best friend. If you had any friends of your own, you'd understand what that feels like.
Well, I got plenty of friends. And only some of them are sluts like you.
Yeah. I'm going.
After I managed to disengage from the conversation, even with Tomoe mocking loud praising the air. I exit the path, cross the road, and walk down the block leading to my apartment. Tomoe, I have to wonder if that girl exists solely to irritate me. I have to tell myself she is not worth my time. I can let her taunt get to me. Grin and bear it, as they say. That what a stoic, unpleasing Nariko will do. Running a hand through my hair, I smile and approach my apartment building. Oh iya, aku baru nge satu hal. Ini udah 3 part, tapi aku belum dapat satupun pilihan, gitu. Jadi ini kayak visual novel, banyak novelnya daripada banyak ya novel bagian novelnya daripada kita nge-choose sendiri. Aku nggak tahu nanti bakal ada choose-nya atau enggak. Soalnya ada ending, pasti ada yang harus kita pilih. Ada kemungkinan ini karena masih prolog, jadi masih kita harus ngikutin cerita. I spent all morning trying unsuccessfully to calm my nerves. I'm excited about finding or whatever my latest victim has priorities. It's afternoon now, so the time written on his photo has passed. If my work was successful, I shall know soon enough. I've already set up my obituary news alert on my phone to keep me informed. Instead of sitting at home all day and waiting for my phone to go off, I decided to visit an old favorite hangout. Public really don't get the credit they deserve in this age. They are quite calm shooting. I can sit here for hours for free and just get lost in the different world. Plus, they always carry work by my favorite author. Sometimes the librarians are even kind enough to recommend a title that might fit my taste. I don't feel judged here. Nobody look at me and mock my clothing or my makeup. Nobody look at me and ask if I had enough to eat lately. Nobody make fun of me. The lonely girl in the corner reading Lovecraft and calmly stroking her hair. every so often, I put my book aside and check my phone out of a habit. Still no alert. Have I miscalculated something? Did my latest photo not look confident or damning enough to inspire suicide or murder? I find myself growing increasingly anxious and impatient.
Cthulhu, huh? You a Lovecraft nerd?
I blinked twice and looked up at the stranger man standing over me.
Huh?
Sauce. Didn't mean to interrupt. Notice you're reading Lovecraft. Huh. In Japanese, too. Didn't know this book had been translated.
Yeah. My English isn't great, so I read the translated versions.
Secara tidak langsung dia ngomong pakai bahasa Inggris.
That's mad. Do they translate esoteric names? Can't imagine Cthulhu being easy to write in kanji.
Well, it's written in katakana, so...
Course. Kojiro.
The man extended a hand and I can't tell if he want me to shake it or pass him my book.
What?
I'm Kojiro. You?
Noriko. Kurosawa.
Nice. Just Kojiro for me. No last name. Call me Koji.
You don't have a last name?
Used to. Lost it. Fire, you know. I'm just Kojiro now.
This guy is weird. His clothes smell like they are being started in the back of the closet for the decade or two. His face is unsafe. Unsafe. Aku baru nyadar jenggot aku juga masih ada nih. And his eyes are clear and focused despite being masked by a pair of the glass. Aduh, aku ngelihat kayak diri, ya cara pakaiannya ya kadang-kadang kalau aku skip skip jangan.
Didn't mean to keep you. Saws again. I'm looking for Nobel Sinclair. He around here?
I mean, I don't know. Who?
Writer guy. Did that book about befriending the dead? Librarian told me to check these shelves.
Sorry, I don't really know.
No worries. I'll find him. You know, you look like the type who'd enjoy his books. Not to judge you by your cover. Need a strong stomach, though. Messed up shit.
As I had to admit it, this stranger had captured my interest.
How messed up are we talking?
Well, his first book describes dressing up corpses, taking them to dinner. Goal is to not get caught out. Mad, right?
Yup.
Like something out of that American movie. Weekend with Bernard? Something like that. Second book goes nuts. Main character fills the school classroom with bodies, all dressed up as students. Runs lectures and records them, puts them online.
Wow.
Best part? No one can figure out if these books are fiction.
Wow.
Internet says Nobel Sinclair actually did these things. Says he's doing time now, writing these books as a confession.
Interesting.
Right? It's deranged. Makes for a good bedtime reading.
Huh.
Mana ada bedtime reading kayak apa aku baca yang kayak gitu. Oh, ada sih. Tapi it's not me. Obviously it's not me.
You want noise? Well, of course you are.
Yeah. You?
Yeah. At Koji. Add me if you like. We can talk shop. I'm gonna find Nobel. Wish me luck.
And with so much as glanced back at me, the man walk away. Seumur umur aku nemu buku-buku yang kayak gitu itu jarang banget gitu. Di Gramedia itu kayaknya nggak dijual karena ya 18 terlalu banyak kure kayaknya. Aku paling nemu terakhir kali itu tuh yang pembunuhan yang terkenal di Jepang yang yang apa itu nyambung sama horoskop. Aku lupa. Aku lupa nama pembunuhannya itu, nama judulnya. Ya itulah. Cuman itu doang yang aku baca sampai akhir, dari awal sampai akhir, dan gila, nggak nyangka banget sih penyelesaiannya agak aneh gitu. Kebanyakan semuanya ditemuin secara kebetulan gitu. Nggak ada tapi kalau disambungin mereka itu nyambung semua. Itu aja sih. After my reading about the whole conversation, just reply back in my head. What a bizarre encounter. Maybe I just head home for today. Being here has helped me calm down, but I'm still angry, anticipate that fate my victim. Besides, I have to admit that I'm growing a little bit hungry. Maybe an onigiri or rice bowl from the convenience store will tide me over until tomorrow. I gather my thing and stand up, letting out a little whoo as I stretch my muscles. As I head toward the sliding door to leave the library, a little alert sound from my phone. Bahagia sekali Anda. That's it. My phone is in my hand. It's less than a second. The screen unlocked and obituary page loading before my eyes. Okay, keyword. Mr. Accident, numerical data range 2030. Image data phone, yes. Saturday, May 30. Mr. Eiichi Hanada, 22, of Tokyo Prefecture was pronounced dead this afternoon as a traffic intersection 12-2. Coroner office reports that Mr. Hanada was involved in the traffic accident. No other casualties have been reported. Mr. Hanada is survived by his fiancée, who wishes to remain anonymous. A funeral service has not yet been arranged. View image attachment. I will look the image attachment and I can't believe my eyes. The photo is exact same on the was said to be drug corpse girl website. There can be absolutely no doubt that this is my latest victim. I've done it again. Tapi accident. Ya entahlah. Apa sesuai dengan yang dia itu fotonya ya? Kalau nggak salah antara dia pisau di nancep di leher, atau enggak dia ngekat lengannya sendiri di betap gitu. Intinya mah bunuh diri aja. I know from my experience that if I don't get somewhere private and quickly, I might very well make a fool of myself in public. I quickly glanced around the library as I am pointing to the restroom. As soon as my eyes settle on it, I dashed toward it, shivering between bookshelf and dark narrow as it. Thus wander over the unisex bedroom, unremarkable big portal. The muscles of my thing are tightening and squirming as I reach for the door. My hand grabs the cool metal handle and press down, only to be met with the infernal resistance. It's locked. There's a sign on the door, a notice that I completely ignore in my head. Closed for cleaning.
Shit!
I cursed despite my best effort to keep a low profile. My turned frantically, looking for somewhere, anywhere, that I can sit down and remain out of sight while my body reaches erratically to my latest success.
Oh, you busted?
This guy again.
I need to use the restroom.
I hope you can tell that the expression of my face is not one of desperate to use the facility.
On it.
To my surprise, Kojiro straight up to the restroom door and began to slam his fist against it.
Hey, cleaning time is over. Get out of there.
I panicking yelled from within. Kojiro's commanding voice was more than a little intimidating. Within a second, a terrified old woman emerged. She wheeled her cleaning trolley around us, about quickly and disappeared from the side.
All yours. About to hold it.
Thanks.
Iya, kedengaran kayak orang mau kebelet, orang kebelet banget sih. At first, Kojiro unable to believe what is happening here. I slammed the door behind me and slipped into the cubicle. As soon as I sit atop the toilet closed lid, my leg began to shake uncontrollably, and I have to lean backward to steady myself. Actually, Hannah is dead, killed in a traffic accident. Kenapa killed in traffic accident? Kalau nggak salah kemarin bilangnya, kemarin. Tadi bilangnya dia itu bakal nusuk lehernya atau enggak mandi darah di bathtub lah gitu. Ini nggak sesuai dengan foto dong gitu. Aneh banget. That could mean anything, but I'm willing to bet that I caused his death. After seeing the photo of his dismembered corpse, he might have purposefully crashed his car. Or perhaps someone else remaining his vehicle intent on murdering him on behalf of Kotsker. I still don't know how my power works. I don't know why this victim ended up dead. But the cause of death ultimately doesn't matter. What matters is that Kotsker is victorious once more. I found myself panting, squirming, struggling to restrain myself. My vision fogged, my knuckle clenched, and with very fanfare, I began to cool down all of a sudden. Just like that, the overwhelming urge to expressively floated away. My breathing regulation, my legs solidified and rest firmly on the ground. This experience wasn't nearly as startling as last time. Maybe because I was so confident that the victim would die. My body already prepared. It's for it. Have I already become desensitized to my ability to wield death itself? I won't pretend that I'm not disappointed. That exhilarating feeling I experienced last time, the utter loss of control, it was addicting. I craved experiencing it again. Still, I need to remind myself of the most important thing. I fulfilled the request issued to the corpse girl. That's to new victory in row. 2 victories in single week. Sebenarnya kataku yang ngebuat dia nggak kayak gitu lagi bukan karena dia udah terbiasa di pembunuhan kedua sih, lebih ke kan itu nggak sesuai dengan foto dan aku takutnya juga jamnya juga nggak sesuai gitu. Itu aja sih kan kalau yang corpse girl itu kan intinya dia ngasih foto terus abis itu orang itu bakal mati sesuai dengan fotonya gitu harusnya, tapi ini enggak, jadi aneh. As long as the requests keep coming in, I can keep achieve my goal. I can do this. Full of confidence and feeling steady once more, I exit the cubicles and leave the bedroom. Ketemu lagi sama orang itu. The stranger man, Kojiro, is waiting for me at the end of the action.
Good?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for... I really needed the bathroom.
Course. Been there. Gotta go when you gotta go. Look what I found.
Kojiro held up a book with a plain black cover.
Nobel Sinclair's latest. Dazed by the Dead. It's a ripper.
Oh, what's that one about?
Falling in love with the dead. Read it already last year. Time for another go. Oh, here.
Kojiro handed another book to me, this one with a brown cover, and the letter of the front displayed a field of flowers.
What's this?
Sinclair's first ever published work. Strange Flower. Title's nonsense. This is the one where he puts corpses in suits, treats them to meals at fancy restaurants. Loaned it out under my name. You take it. Return it before the due date. Can't risk getting fined.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll be sure to read it.
Sure. Send me your thoughts and noise. Right. Be seeing you.
A brief wave of his hand and he disappeared behind the closet shelf. I can't really get over how peculiar he is, but he certainly is making an effort to be friendly. I turned the heavy book over in my hand and looked inside the front cover for publication date. 2009 is actually not that old, definitely not as old as the fiction I normally consume. I struck the hoist the book thumb underneath my arm, then make for the library exit. Oke, sampai sini dulu. Save. Oke, aku bakal bilang satu hal. Kita nemuin satu psikopat lagi. Oke, bukannya apa ya? Terkadang aku juga suka heran kenapa orang-orang suka ya novel yang isinya 80% gore gitu. Aku kadang-kadang suka heran. Tapi waktu itu aku pernah Zodiac Murder. Nah itu pas aku baca Zodiac Murder aja, ternyata itu benar-benar menarik dan aku baca sampai akhir gitu. Dan itu nggak terduga banget karena dulunya aku itu nggak suka yang gore-gore dan sampai sekarang pun aku juga nggak terlalu suka yang gore-gore. Tapi kadang kalau misalnya ngeliat yang gore aku menikmatinya dan bisa namatin sampai akhir tuh cepat banget gitu. Ya salah satunya ini sih game yang kemarin apa ya, aku lupa itu game yang sadis kemarin itu yang RPG Maker, aku lupa. Yang aku live stream itu kalau nggak salah live stream pertama aku, ya itulah intinya itu. Aku lupa nama gamenya, sungguh aku lupa ya. Jangankan nama game, nama orang aja kadang-kadang aku suka lupanya itu sesaat gitu, cuman pas saat itu aja. Nanti pas pulang aku inget namanya gitu, udah telat. Dan itu yang membuat aku kesal sih sama diri aku sendiri. Ya, balik lagi. Dan aku menikmatinya karena apa? Karena di situ aku banyak pikir. Mikirnya ya 3 hal, kayak kenapa dia ngelakuin itu, motivasi si pelakunya itu apa. Kedua itu gimana dia ngelaksanain pembunuhan ya, gimana prosesnya itu aku penasaran banget. Dan ketiga adalah gimana si tokoh utama atau polisi atau siapapun bisa mecahin hal itu. Dan itu ngebuat aku tertarik sama buku-buku yang lebih ke arah detektif gitu. Kalau misalnya buku-buku gore yang kayak tadi dibicarain, kayak aku kurang suka gitu. Aku pernah baca beberapa, cuman aku lupa namanya. Ya. Dan itu asli aku langsung tutup buku dan aku bilang, nope, ini isinya cuman pembunuhan aja. Aku masukin lagi. Kalau misalnya ada cerita tentang lebih ke detektifnya, jadi mikir kayak ya jangan jauh-jauh lah, Sherlock Holmes lah gitu, yang setidaknya yang semua orang tahu gitu, Sherlock Holmes atau Agatha Christie itu isinya buku-buku ya pembunuhan berencana kayak gitulah. Itu ngebuat aku senang banget gitu, karena seakan-akan aku juga ikutan mikir untuk mecahin kasus ya gitu. Dan sekarang juga sebenarnya game Quarry yang sebenarnya aku pengen mainin tapi nggak bisa mainin karena laptop aku nggak kuat. Itu jadi salah satu playlist utama aku gitu. Playlist utama aku yang sekarang aku lagi ngikutin di setiap dari setiap YouTuber yang main. Kan lagi terkenal banget tuh ya, kayak Meow, terus Hans the Zoomer juga lagi main, terus Cartoons lagi main sama pacarnya, terus Wrecker, terus Delirious dan sebagainya juga lagi main. Itu kataku menarik banget dan aku ngikutin ceritanya dan aku mikir kenapa, dan aku nebak siapa yang jahat, siapa yang baik gitu. Itu menarik banget sih, asli menarik banget. Ya kira-kira segitu aja dulu dari aku. Aku jadi banyak nyerita tentang diri aku sendiri di game-game kayak gini. Ya karena kayaknya asik gitu. Entah kenapa aku ngerasa related sama game ini gitu. Ya gitu. Walaupun aku bakal bilang aku bukan psikopat itu. Aku bukan psikopat. Aku nggak suka. Aku nggak suka nyiksa orang. Enggak. Aku juga nggak suka ngelihat pembunuhan. Nggak terlalu sih. Bukan nggak suka karena aku belum pernah lihat pembunuhan secara langsung dan aku belum pernah lihat mayat secara langsung. Jadi kayaknya enggak. Dan semoga aja aku nggak ngelihat yang kayak gitu. Gitu. itu jadi sesuatu yang horor sih. Udah cukup di film aja. Itu aja. Oke, sekali lagi terima kasih teman nonton. Jangan lupa klik like-nya kalau kalian suka, dislike-nya kalau kalian nggak suka, dan share ke teman-teman kalian biar aku makin semangat untuk main game ini bareng. Jangan lupa join Discord aku biar kita bisa ngobrol-ngobrol lebih banyak. Atau follow sosial media aku kalau kalian mau kenal aku lebih jauh. Walaupun sebenarnya aku juga nggak ngepost banyak di sosial media aku sih. Ya, kalau kalian pengen tahu nanti mungkin aku bakal post beberapa. Oke, sekali lagi terima kasih dan sampai jumpa di episode selanjutnya. Bye-bye.